Have you ever felt like you're looking at a completely different world than everyone else around you? It's not a delusion, it's as if your brain is running on an entirely different operating system. Superior intelligence is often praised as a gift, a golden ticket to success. But in reality, inside the minds of those with high IQs, it's a labyrinth of paradoxes. They don't just think more, they think differently. Today, we are diving into the shadows and hidden corners of the mind to decode 7 rare psychological patterns. If you recognize yourself in these patterns, you might be carrying the curse that the world calls genius. Superior intelligence isn't just about solving math problems or memorizing facts. According to modern psychologists, it is an extreme sensitivity to patterns. Where an average person sees a single event, a person with superior intelligence sees a chain of consequences. Where others hear a conversation, they hear subtext, contradictions, and logical fallacies. This superiority creates a psychological gap, a cognitive mismatch that often makes them feel like an outsider. Science calls this the hyper-brain, hyper-body theory. Research suggests a more reactive central nervous system. Their prefrontal cortex operates at a higher intensity, but the amygdala reacts more violently. This creates a state of constant wakefulness. They cannot turn off their brains. This excess of neural energy is the root of the 7 patterns we are about to explore. 1. The paradox of knowing. The most intelligent people often suffer from the most severe imposter syndrome. The Dunning-Kruger effect shows that the incompetent are confident, while the capable are full of doubt. Every time they learn something new, they see 100 other things they don't know yet. They live in a state of forced humility, which can lead to low self-esteem because they feel never good enough. 2. Social camouflage, masking. This is the pattern of social mimicry. Brilliant people often learn to imitate the behavior of normal people to fit in. They pretend to care about small talk. They pretend not to know the answer so they don't offend others. But this camouflage is incredibly draining. They feel lonely not because no one is around, but because no one sees their unfiltered version. 3. Sensory overexcitability. A small noise, an itchy clothing tag, or a faint smell can be completely distracting. Their brains lack an effective noise filter. They absorb everything from the environment. This leads to them being labeled as fussy or introverted, when in reality, they are just trying to protect their nervous system. 4. Non-linear connectivity. They don't think in straight lines. They have the ability to connect seemingly unrelated concepts, like music and mathematics or biology and economics. This often leads to communication breakdowns. When they give a conclusion, others ask, "How did you get there?" Because they jumped 5 logical steps in their head without realizing it. 5. Existential depression. Unlike clinical depression, existential depression stems from an early awareness of death, the meaning of life, and the chaos of the universe. Gifted children often ask, "Why do we exist?" at a very young age. They carry the weight of unanswerable questions, leading to a persistent, quiet melancholy. 6. Ruthless self-correction. Their brain is like an editor that works 24/7. They constantly replay old conversations and past decisions to find errors. This perfectionism isn't about showing off, it's an internal need for accuracy. They are their own harshest critics, sometimes to the point of self-sabotage. 7. Predictive anxiety. Because their pattern recognition is so high, they predict risks that others don't see. This leads to chronic anxiety. They aren't worrying for no reason. They are worrying based on data and probability. To others, they seem pessimistic, but they are actually trying to prevent a disaster that only they can see coming. Why do these painful patterns exist? Evolutionarily, highly intelligent individuals served as the sentinels of the tribe. The ability to be anxious, sensitive, and forward-thinking helped the tribe survive predators and natural disasters. In the modern world, we no longer run from tigers, but that brain is still active. It's still scanning for danger, still analyzing data, and still feeling misplaced when it doesn't have a mission. If you possess these patterns, stop viewing yourself as a glitch or broken. You are not broken. You are a sophisticated tool being used in an environment that is too simple. Intelligence is not a trophy to display. It is a responsibility. Your sensitivity is empathy. Your anxiety is caution. And your loneliness is the price of a long-range vision. Instead of trying to cure your intelligence to be normal, learn to pilot it. How do you survive with a superior brain? Find your tribe. Stop forcing yourself into groups that don't share your frequency. Find people who challenge your thinking, intellectualize your emotions, use logic to analyze your fears. When you understand why you are anxious, the fear becomes less scary. Purposeful creativity. Give your brain a project difficult enough that it doesn't turn inward and attack you. Accept imperfection. Learn to say, "I don't know," and be comfortable with it. Superior intelligence is a lonely journey, but it is also a journey of wonders. You see beauty in numbers, connection in chaos, and meaning in the silence. Don't let the world dull the sharpness of your mind. Keep your red scarf, because this world doesn't need more normal people. It needs people who dare to see what others cannot. Thank you for traveling deep into the mind with me today. If you saw yourself in this story, leave a comment. You aren't as alone as you think.